It was a rainy Thursday afternoon when 12-year-old Elijah spotted the wallet. The wind had just ripped his umbrella inside out, and he was sprinting home, soaked to the bone, when something shiny near a puddle caught his eye. It was thick, wrapped in worn brown leather, and bulging at the seams with cash. Most kids his age might have kept it, or at least been tempted, but Elijah, raised by a mother who often reminded him, "Integrity is what you do when no one's watching," didn't think twice. He picked it up with trembling fingers, heart thumping, not from excitement, but uncertainty. Elijah lived in a cramped two-bedroom apartment in the poorest neighborhood of the city. His mother worked double shifts at the local diner to support him and his little sister, Ava. Money was tight, painfully tight. Some nights, dinner was just toast and tap water. So when he saw the hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in that wallet, a war started in his heart. But conscience spoke louder than hunger. He rushed home, placing the soggy wallet on their kitchen table. Ava's eyes lit up at the sight of the money. "Is it ours now?" she asked innocently, her tiny hands reaching. Elijah shook his head. "No. It's someone else's. We're going to return it." He and his mother went through the wallet, careful not to disturb anything. No license. No business card. Just stacks of cash and a folded receipt from a cafe on East Oak Street. It was their only clue. That night, after his mother got home from her second shift, she took Elijah on the bus across town. The cafe was already closed, but a kind janitor pointed them toward the owner, Mr. Reynolds, who lived just a block away. When they knocked on the door of the modest home behind a tall iron gate, a man in his late 50s answered. He looked tired, like someone who hadn't slept well in years. Elijah held out the wallet with both hands. "I found this near the park," he said. "I think it's yours." The man blinked. Slowly, he took the wallet and flipped it open. For a moment, silence fell. Then he laughed, not a joyful laugh, but one of disbelief. "You don't know who I am, do you?" he asked. Elijah shook his head. "No, sir. I'm Richard Reynolds, CEO of Reynolds Tech. People call me a millionaire. But lately, I've just felt lost." He looked Elijah in the eye, his voice trembling. "I dropped this wallet this morning. It was a test, in a way. I've been trying to figure out if there's still goodness in the world. If people still do the right thing when no one's looking." Elijah's mother put a hand on his shoulder. "We're just trying to raise our children right." Reynolds nodded slowly, deeply moved. "You've done more than that. You've reminded me what really matters." The next day, Elijah thought that would be the end of it. But it was only the beginning. 3 days later, a sleek black car pulled up in front of Elijah's building. Out stepped Mr. Reynolds, holding a thick manila envelope. Inside was a full scola. 3 days later, a sleek black car pulled up in front of Elijah's building. Out stepped Mr. Reynolds, holding a thick manila envelope. Inside was a full scholarship to one of the best private schools in the city for Elijah, and an offer for his mother to work in Reynolds Tech's communications department at triple her diner salary. He had reviewed her background and was impressed by her perseverance and people skills. Elijah couldn't believe it. Tears filled his mother's eyes. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. "Because when the world showed you struggle, you chose honesty. And I want your children to grow up knowing that doing good doesn't go unnoticed." Word spread quickly. News stations aired their story. Elijah was praised not just for his honesty, but for his courage in resisting the temptation so many others might have surrendered to. Kids in his school started calling him the wallet hero. For the first time in his life, Elijah stood tall. Not because he was better, but because he had proved to himself that he was strong enough to be good, even when it was hard. Years later, Elijah would become a social worker, dedicating his life to helping underprivileged children like he once was. He always kept a photo of the wallet in his office, a reminder of the moment that changed everything. And in every speech, every outreach program, every moment he spent lifting others, he carried one message: do good even when no one's watching. Because someone, somewhere, always is. That wallet didn't just return to its owner, it unlocked a future, sparked hope, and proved that even the smallest act of integrity can ripple through the world like a miracle.